Alrighty, everyone, welcome to today's recap. I hope you all are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah, and I'm a small cap stock trader. Today is a max loss red day. I'm a little bit frustrated and disappointed in myself. I know it happens, we've all been there, but it's the worst when you just don't follow your rules, and it's really just like, this didn't have to be this way. It wasn't like, I got on the wrong side of probability. I revenge traded. And I'll get into this in just a second so we can see what went wrong here. But I traded KIDZ. This stock has a flow of 1 million shares. It had news about a collaboration to advance AI powered learning um, and companion robotics in North America. So I read that and I was like, okay, that sounds all right. But it doesn't sound like the craziest headline. Also, I'm familiar with this stock, so I kind of had low expectations for it already. Um, if only could have taken that information and said, you know what, if I get green on this, I'm gonna take my profit quickly and stop trading it, one and done. But that's not what happened, and I even got an exit indicator, um, or a sign to stop trading it, but I didn't. So and you guys will see in a second. So first trade here was a dip off of VWAP. Uh, I do like this setup, but I don't know, just not maybe not the right stock. Anyways, this one was a winner, so it was fine. But and then I said I'll hold it for the dip and rip. We dip down there for a second, and then I sell it because it seemed to be struggling a little bit. Um, Yeah, so it does end up being a false breakout there and turning into a red candle. And this was my indicator to step away from this stock. I was familiar with this stock. I know that it's not a stock we're probably going to get a huge move from. Um, and on these stocks, you really just have to take your profit if you're able to pull any out and just walk away. And the first indicator to stop trading was right here. So this is this red shooting star, which I've talked about in my other videos, and I've lost money on stocks where we've had this initial indication of a choppy stock or a difficult stock, and I continued to trade it, and obviously it hasn't paid off well recently. So my next trade was actually right after another false breakout here. So we had a green candle, false breakout, and I jump in here right above VWAP at 295, because I saw orders going through on the tape, which isn't really a good thing because they were red. I mean, it is a good thing, but they were sell orders. So if you just saw that, that was a huge sell order. And I was thinking, okay, well, usually when the level 2 starts to speed up, something's about to happen. I don't like the fact that it's already had two false breakouts, and that was a bunch of red on the tape. So in hindsight, looking at this trade, I'm thinking like, what was going on in my head? Um, but I know that I was just looking at the tape. I was seeing a lot of orders going through, and I'm like, all right, we can maybe make first candle to make a new high. I have few up as support. Um, but the reality of it is, we had two false breakouts already, and this stock has just started to pop up. And even worse, I jumped right back in after that loss. Okay, so like now, two false breakouts, and I still haven't got the clue, and I just got stopped out. Now this one ends up working for a minute, for not a minute, but a little while. But I have opportunity to take profit, and I don't, and we end up getting a rejection candle. How frustrating. I had my opportunity to take profit, and I didn't, and that cost me. So a 12 cents per share loser there. Not fun, not fun at all. So I went from green to red on this in two trades. Um, Definitely got a little greedy holding there, but the thing is, in my recent trading days, I've had some nice winners, and most of them, the ones that I've made a decent amount of cents per share on, I could have held a decent amount longer. And so now, of course, today I'm thinking, okay, well, let me hold it a little bit longer, let it ride out a little bit. Let's see what this thing can do. But this is not the right stock to be doing that on because this is a stock I'm familiar with. And I already told myself before I had started trading this that I shouldn't have high expectations for this. This is not a stock that we're going to see a huge move on. Um, and if I had just taken that information and said, I'm not going to hold this one, I'm going to take my profit and get out, then I would have been fine today. However, that's not what happened. And I got stubborn here because I went red and I decided to trade below VWAP, which is not something I should ever be doing as a long bias trader um, because VWAP under VWAP the bears are in control and above the bulls are in control. So definitely not trading to my full potential here at all. Um, and once again, looking back at this trade, I just I'm just like, what am I thinking? I never take this trade. This is like a perfect bear flag, essentially. You know, we're running into resistance here at the 9 EMA, and this stock has already proved that it'll do false breakouts. If it does false breakouts above VWAP when the MACD is positive, I mean, is there really even a chance under VWAP? Like, you know, so I'm trading under VWAP, under key levels, while the MACD is negative. This is just terrible, terrible trading. And I don't stop there. I actually take another entry here. So this is completely emotional trading, just revenge trading. Digging the hole a little bit deeper, little by little. But I end up taking one more trade that was kind of like the final straw. So I'm thinking, all right, break over this pivot, let's go. Break through VWAP, let's get it. Um, and I don't even think I was looking at this pivot. I don't think I was paying attention to that. But what happens? Of course, we get another rejection, and I'm still holding it and hoping. And so that is my biggest loser in terms of cents per share on the day, I believe. That was a 15-cent loser, just like that, because I top ticked it and held as it was dropping. So not a great day of trading at all. This was all on KIDZ. Had I just left that alone and waited, we had a stock called Bird pop up. And this stock ended up making a huge move today. So just in pre-market, while I was looking at it, it was up 100%. Right now, let's take a look at it. Bird is up. Why is it not showing? So Bird is up 170% right now. That doesn't even sound right. That sounds off. It started at $2 today, and it's currently at $19. I don't even know what is that. Like crazy. I don't know. It's a crazy amount. It's up crazy. Yeah, it's up crazy. 600 or 67,000 times relative volume in percentage. Um, so it's like 670 times what it usually is. Crazy. Um, and I could have traded this, but I decided to get frustrated on KIDZ and trade all the way down to max loss, and I wasn't able to enjoy this. And that's really just the punishment of revenge trading and not following my rules. That's really all it comes down to. So I did end up taking a trade here on Bird. This stock has a float of 5.74 million shares. Like I said, relative volume is 670 times usual. Daily volume, 213 million shares of volume. Current price, $18, but we traded it down here at 3. Wouldn't it have been nice to just hold my shares, right? And so we dip down here, and I take a dip off of 3, or around 3 actually. I'm up there for a moment, but I end up holding this one, and of course, I get stopped out. So it wasn't a terrible loss. Only, 4 cents a share? Yeah, 4 cents a share. Not a terrible loss, but not a great feeling after already losing 20 bucks, which is my max loss, which is not a lot, but it's my max loss because I'm still in the process of sizing up slowly. Obviously, I won't be doing it as much now. I'm gonna wait until I can recoup my losses and get a good streak of green days going. But I did take one more trade on Bird, which I probably shouldn't have done, but um, I did, unfortunately. So I jumped in Bird here. I think it was a micro pullback. I'm not actually sure. I jumped in late. Shouldn't be doing that, but micro pullbacks are really good. I love how micro pullbacks play out. Except this was terrible. What a terrible rejection. Could have made back a decent amount there actually. Um, but in any case, um, my last trade of the day, I made back a little bit. So the total P&L for today was $19 or negative $19.58. Not my best. Once again, not my best. I think tomorrow I'm just gonna stick to one setup, and that's gonna be the micro pullback because in that way I won't be able to top tick. So I have to buy on a dip. Um, I call it dip and rip. There's multiple micro pullbacks, but I'm talking about the one where it dips right before and then makes a big jump. So that's the one I'm going to be sticking to tomorrow. I won't be trading any stocks under $2.50. I won't be revenge trading. I won't be FOMO trading. I won't be trading without checking the daily chart. And I won't be trading thickly traded stocks. And I need to check the spreads. 3 losses in a row, and I'm done for the day. And I can't trade after red shooting stars. That has not worked well for me. I guess if it's a stock like Bird that's really pulling away, then it's sort of different. As long as I'm getting in on the micro pullbacks, then I won't be in up here. Like I won't be in the middle of a green candle, you know? So as long as I can get in at a really discounted price, then that's fine. Where I can stop out like break even or for a small winner, that's fine. But as for tomorrow, I will be taking it slow, sticking to one setup, and upping my quality standards because clearly has not been at its highest lately. I also can't trade below VWAP. That's a very important one. Um, but other than that, I think I've covered everything for today. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know down below. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Peace.